The real problem in our businesses today are not the people. The real problem is how leadership sees the people. Everything we've been taught about accountability is wrong. Accountability is not a way of doing. Accountability is a way of thinking. And specifically, it's how you think about your people. The organization that comes in and says, my people need to be better, and they skip the part where we as leaders need to be better, they're the ones that struggle. There's an energy that happens in the room when people hear truth. My job is to share truth around accountability and how you can become an accountable leader. My goal is I want to challenge you to think differently. Accountability is keeping your commitments to people. That's it. We delineate between responsibility and accountability. You're responsible for things. You're accountable to people. When you create an organizational culture where accountability is high, you always have better leadership, better communication, good teamwork. You're going to attract the best, you're going to retain the best. So then what happens is engagement is high, productivity is high, and so is profitability.
Here's the key. It's the culture that creates the opportunity. Culture is where accountability lives.
Our job as leaders is to not only model the culture, but to teach the culture and protect the culture. If you protect the culture, you'll have a group of people who buy in and will protect the company.
Over 30 years ago, I started working with organizations.
The goal was to help them be better, help people be better, help companies thrive. And it took 10 years before I really realized that the very core of that was accountability. Accountability doesn't take place unless there's people. And if people are involved, what else is involved? Relationships. You've got to master the relational side of the business. And the relational side of the business is attached to what it is that you value as an organization. Lived values attract great people. And people connect through the values. When you value all people, that's when you start to have a high-performance team. No other aspect of our role as a leader is more important. The key is to understand that accountability flows from the leader to the people, and then it flows back. And when you do that in an organization, you create an organization that doesn't just generate profits. They generate significance. They lead their industry. They perform at a totally different level than ever imagined. And that all flows through to the bottom line. We got to say no more excuses for not knowing what we believe as an organization. Each and every person, if that's the case. We got to say no more excuses for thinking about what it is we can't control. We got to be focused on what we can control. When I'm in front of an audience that really gets it, it's so exciting to see the lights come on in their eyes. You see that they're taking notes and they're asking the most important question that we can all ask, and that is, how do I get better? And as a leader, it's even more important, how do I share this with the people that I'm leading so they can get better also? And when we take on those relational commitments and we are accountable for people, then we rise up in living accountability. And that's when accountability flourishes inside the organization. That's when you get the results, and that's when you become and sustain and be the accountable organization that you are committed to being. Accountability is the highest form of leadership.